you'll find that there are many who will complain that they are having a bad life, that they are suffering from love problems, domestic disfavor, work tormentment, and the multiple other factors of happenings. Yes, we all go through a down time in life. Even most of us will go through several down times in life. So things are not just going to work our own way, even if sometimes we want it to be so. The question is, how do we resolve these haunting problems that keep in repetition appearing in our life? I have found that observing some very poor families, they are always complaining about difficulties, about hardship, as though they are entertaining this vibration of bad toxic energy into their life. Like some people would say, if I don't scold him, he thinks it's not love. He just has to aggravate me to get that scolding. And then he wonders why he feels very disturbed in his love life. Others who struggle real hard, sincerely hard, will also be having problems. Why should it be happening to them when they're such good people? Because problems got no eyes. It doesn't find just being selective to who's good and who's bad. It's like a bad wave, and whoever is in that wave will be swept aside into the tormentment of time. I have found that most people that come to me for consultation usually either at that period or was born with the 12th and 6th houses lordship affecting their birth chart. When they were born, they had the 6th and 12th houses in certain natal point. So that is where most of the problem arises. While others, it will be a transitional time of this 12th and 6th appearing in that different zones of their chart. And it shows the type of problem. Some will ask what you're talking about, what zones. If it affects the 2nd house, money position. If it affects the 10th house, work, developments and business. If it affects the 5th house, children, love and mental developments. If it affects the 8th house, bankers, loans, credits, making changes and running out of funds. If it affects the 11th house, going in a party, meeting up with a certain group of people who seem to gang up together and use you as a laughing or a target for resentment. If it goes into the 4th house, it could be problem with property, difficult to rent it out, and problem with in-laws, relatives, even visitors that come to your home. Suddenly some misunderstanding, they don't want to come anymore. And if it goes into the 9th house, the problem will be with overseas matters, educational matters, religious matters, and dealing with foreign affairs seem to be where most of the problem come in to your life. Well, if the 6 and 12 lot goes into the third house, then problem with agreements, problem with negotiation, problems with interviews, meetings, and it's easy to point out where the problems will come in, and they will. But the big question is, how do you resolve this problem? Because the one thing is for sure, it affects your chart, your way will not be a good way. You will do everything to go into the eye of a storm and do big trouble for yourself. Number 2, try to get a consultant that can help you and work things out with you. Or alternatively, you have to learn to do things differently from the way you have done things. For example, if you say, I'm always in debt, I'm always in money problem, what are you giving out? What sort of vibes are you giving out? The negative. So when people see you, they will have doubts about lending you or helping you and so on, because they feel negative vibe. Like I said, they feel you're a bad choice. You go to the bank, you sit down, you ask for a loan, they say sorry. The hierarchies have made the decision that you are not a good candidate or something or other in different life, in different factor. So you have to, if you want to succeed, switch off all this negative. Easier said than done, sure, I've been through it. But really, really switch off. How do you switch off? 1, do something different, travel, go and have fun, do something, even though you may be down in cash. I've once been said too, that if I got no money, how do I travel? You didn't work the system right. In good time, you keep the money. In bad time, you travel. You spend it. It need to be spent. You need to buy in different energy, good energy from other places. So do it in reverse, as I said. And you'll find that success will be there. But that does not mean you throw your hindsight, practicality, and true purpose to the wind. Now, don't overdo your means. Do what you possibly can. If I go to a very expensive restaurant, and I love eating, then I find hawker center, street stall, and different places. I try something different. I keep low-key, but high happiness. And you got to work around situation. It's easy to say it cannot be done. Sure, nothing can be done until you do it. But will you do it? That's the question I ask of you. My name is Roy Rugby from the Royal Astrologers. Cheers. And may there be the reversal of bad karma and vibes, and bring in a whole new energy of good fortune. And that is what I wish for you, for your future. Thank you for coming onto my channel for this